leader of a church or religious group and want to be on the program. I promise that I will not sit here and insult you. I will not call you names or say crude things about your church or religion as others have done. And I ask only that you extend the same respect. Please text the show 0922 6044233. Again, the text number is 0922 6044233. Or email us at islamradio@yahoo.com. I'll repeat that at the end of the show. And just as a reminder, you can text throughout the week. Moving on tonight from our main topic, I want to address a few questions that have been sent in. Brother Abdul Rahman wrote us, Salam bro, what are the chapters and verses of the Qur'an where Allah says, I am the true God? Shukran. Salam alaikum, Brother Abdul Rahman. Well, there are many places where Allah indicates His oneness and supremacy. This is called the concept of Tawheed in Islam, and is literally the acceptance of the oneness of Allah. There are so many places in the Quran where we are told to throw down polytheism and embrace Islamic monotheism. To quote every passage would take up an entire show, and I may in fact do a show specifically on the concepts of Tawheed in Islam. But I want to give you a quick response, so I want to refer you to a few verses in particular. The first, chapter 42, verse 11, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, there is nothing like unto Him, and He is the all-seer, the all-hearer. Now this clearly illustrates there is nothing close to Allah. Chapter 12, verse 108 reads, Say you, O Muhammad, this is my way. I invite you unto Allah, i.e. the oneness of Allah, the Islamic monotheism, with a sure knowledge. And whosoever follows me also must invite others to Allah and the understanding of the oneness of Allah, which is Islamic monotheism, with sure knowledge, and the glorified and exalted is Allah above all whom associate partners with Him, and I am not of the polytheists. There is also much discussion in the Qur'an against the concept that Allah has a son or that He was born. Rather, the Qur'an maintains the oneness of God throughout. We should also look to the meaning of the word Allah itself. Allah is the Arabic counterpart to the name Elohim in Arabic and Hebrew and Eloi in Aramaic. It is a combination of the words Al and Illah, which literally mean the and God or deity, respectively. Now, if you combine them to say Al-Illah, then you are simply saying the God of, as would often be used for pagan idols. But the title Allah literally means the God, as in the one and only God, the supreme God, the only thing worthy of worship. This title was given tens of thousands of years ago to the Arabs by the prophet Ishmael, who was the son of Abraham, and was carried throughout all history. Arabic Christians in Lebanon, Syria, Egypt, and even Saudi Arabia call God Allah because it is appropriate to do so. This is not a new thing, and it's only in the last few centuries that Allah has become some foreign term to Christians. Now bear in mind, those against Islam in the past never said anything crude about Allah. They always attacked Islam as the religion of Muhammad, and this is because they recognized that the name Allah in Arabic was the same name for the one God in the Bible. Now just to underscore this point, I'm going to remind you of further verses. Chapter 39, verse 62 through 63 says, God is the creator of everything. He is the guardian over everything. Unto Him belong the keys of the heavens and the earth. Chapter 11, verse 16 says, no creature is there crawling on the earth, but its provision rests on God. He knows its lodging place and repository. Chapter 23, verse 91 says, God has not taken to himself any son, nor is there any God with him. For then each God would have taken of that which he created, and some of them would have risen up over the others. Chapter 21, verse 22. And why were the gods in the earth and heavens other than God? They, the heaven and the earth, would surely go to ruin. And finally, these two last verses. Chapter 59, verse 22 through 24. He is God, and there is no God but He. He is the knower of the unseen and the visible. He is the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. He is God. There is no God but He. He is the King, the all-holy, the all-peace, the guardian of the faith, the all-preserver, the almighty, the all-compeller, the all-sublime. Glory be to God above all they associate. He is God the Creator, the Maker, the Shaper. To Him belong the most beautiful names. All that is in the heavens and the earth magnifies Him. He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. Chapter 2, verse 255 says, There is no God but He, the living, the everlasting. Slumber seizes Him not, nor sleep. To Him belongs all that is in the heavens and the earth. Who is there that shall intercede with Him, save by His leave? He knows what lies before them and what is after them, and they comprehend not anything of His knowledge, save such as He wills. His throne comprises the heavens and the earth. The preserving of them opposes Him not. He is the all-high and the all-glorious. Another listener writes us that he is a recent convert to Islam and wants to know two things. One is, why do we bow towards the Kaaba? And the second, what is the difference between heaven and paradise? Well, brother, we prostrate toward the Kaaba for many reasons. The main one is because Allah commanded us to do so. Now, the deeper reason is because the Kaaba was the first temple constructed for the worship of God. It was constructed by Adam alayhi salam when he fell from paradise with our mother Eve. May Allah be pleased with her. During the flood of Noah alayhi salam, it was destroyed. So Allah guided Ishmael alayhi salam and Hajar, may Allah be pleased with her, to this place. Then He commanded Abraham alayhi salam to send them away. It was Abraham and Ishmael, may peace be upon them, who rebuilt the Kaaba. Over the thousands of years, the Kaaba has been destroyed a few times by war, by flood, but it has always been rebuilt in the exact same original specifications, and the foundation stones have been the same ones in use since before the time of Muhammad, peace be upon him. The black stone is a meteor that Allah led Abraham to use in rebuilding the Kaaba. Legend says that the stone was once sent to earth with Adam and Eve, and that it was originally white, but became black by absorbing the sins of mankind who visit it for Hajj. The first Qibla of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem, because the Kaaba had been corrupted by pagan idols. But once the Muslims had left Mecca to seek the safety in the land of Medina, they were then commanded to turn the prayer toward the Kaaba. Praying toward the Kaaba 5 times a day is an act which unifies the 1.3 billion Muslims of the world in mind, body, and soul. The difference between heaven and paradise, my brother, is a thin veil. Really, it's the same thing. What Muslims call Jannah or paradise is the same thing that other religions call heaven. The highest level of paradise, though, is reserved for the prophets of Allah and the most pious and perfect of the believers. None can gain paradise except through belief in the one true God. The sin of shirk, that is, placing others in worship alongside Allah, is the one unforgivable sin. I invite you tonight, as every week, to join the